Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Miss Terry Flower, and you are now tuned in to the Terry Flower Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please remember everything discussed on this page is alleged. All photos and all of that stuff that's going to be used is for fair use purposes only, okay? But anyway, how is everybody out there doing? I hope everybody is doing good, and y'all get on in here so we can talk about these folks' business. Hello everyone, this is your girl Miss Terry Flower, and you are now tuned into the Terry Flower Show. We are here today to review Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 6, the final episode of the reunion. Goddamn it, goodness gracious, I was waiting to get it. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get it to it, y'all. So we pick up where we left off with Miss Betty still sitting on this stage looking like a doggone fool, arguing back and forth with me. You still arguing with a man that you divorced 3 years? Miss Betty. Why is Miss Betty here, y'all? Anybody. Somebody tell me, child. Mel talks some Stormy, get your mama. Please get your mom, okay? Child, when I tell you Stormy is over there embarrassed as hell, okay? Mel, like, why are you talking to me? Like, I don't even want to talk to you. You call your daughter the B word and all of her name. I don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Girl. Stormy just over there, Mel, mama, Mel. Embarrassed, girl. Ooh, it's a fool. So Carlos finally gained control of the situation, honey, and he wants to hear from Stormy. And Stormy, the first thing out Stormy mouth to Mel is, I like you. You know, I just feel like the situation had got way out of hand and it could have been real back in. It was too funny because when she said, I like you, Mel head was shaking no, like, girl, quit lying. So Stormy was just basically saying she wanted Mel to step in with the whole Twitter situation, the Instagram situation with the comments and stuff. Because look at Tiffany. Tiffany leaving the show right now because it can be too much. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, that's really all. She was like, I don't want you to think that I'm beefing with you because my mama don't like you. That's not it. And then here go Miss Betty. I don't like you and you don't like me. Mel like, Miss Betty, I never said that I don't like you. And it's fine that you don't like me, okay? Shame on you, Miss Betty. You don't even know me not to like me. So they just move on from that segment with Stormy just letting everybody on the stage know y'all build something very cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Stormy just trying to stay on the right side of the situation because her mama is embarrassing as hell. Good job, Stormy. Yeah, I know you hate to leave your mama out there like that to dry. But baby, sometimes you gotta let fool be a fool. But whatever, we're going to go ahead and move on. Next, we're going to the situation with Stormy cousin Junior, how he was working for the company, then he got fired, then he got rehired. So Carlos was asking him, are you still working for the company or whatever? And Junior was like, no. He just pulled his cousin aside, was like, you know, I don't want me working for your business to come between our relationship, so I'm going to work somewhere else. So now he works for some other restaurant, and he's the manager there. Stormy starts to tear up because Stormy like, I wish you could be the manager at Canvas instead of being the manager, you know, at that restaurant. And that's when Carlos jumps in and was like, it's a beautiful thing that your cousin loves you enough to rather have a relationship with you than get a paycheck from you. Makes perfect sense because it's very hard to keep that family dynamic when money get involved, honey. It's sad, but true. Anyway, we're going to go keep moving. Then Carlos gets on and he asks Miss Betty, you know, how is the whole situation with her and her sister? And Miss Betty was like, well, it's basically the same. And I'm like, girl, I could have told y'all that. Miss Betty is too focused into people on this show and arguing with me. Miss Betty mind ain't thinking about fixing that relationship over there with her sister. She too messy, okay? Now, this is just what I'm seeing. I don't know these people. Okay, but whatever, honey. But Carlos was like, you don't think that maybe you can mend you guys' relationship? You know, look at Junior and Stormy, how they was able to mend their relationship. You don't think you'll be able to mend the relationship? Miss Betty said, was you watching the same show I was watching? She didn't want to hug me. She didn't want to talk to me. Miss Betty, how nasty your attitude is. We probably can't even imagine some of the shit that you done said to your sister. And 9 times out of 10, it's probably why she don't want to be dealt up with you. See, I ain't going to say everybody got a family member like you, but a lot of us got a family member that is like you. And if we got any sense, we don't deal with that. Okay? We don't deal with that, but we don't. Okay? Whatever, we're going to go and move on. Okay? And we're going to wrap up that little segment all together. They invited Auntie Lisa. They invited her. Auntie Lisa, she ain't coming. But see, again, that goes to show Auntie Lisa, like, I ain't got time for Betty and her foolishness. I can hear Auntie Lisa right now when they call. You want to come on the reunion? I ain't coming up there with Betty and her ignorance. I ain't coming up there. Whatever, we gonna go move on. Really quick though, before we move on, I wish Carlos would have looked over at Courtney and said, well, Courtney, how do you feel about Miss Betty? Because I want to find out how Courtney feel about this woman. Boy, we gonna go move on. The next segment, we go into everything concerning the Fletchers and stuff like that. So to do a little flashback of them having a little family dinner. Remember when Nell was going off on her damn son? That wasn't no damn trade off for $6,000. And she was doing all of that. And I was like, hey, man, somebody need to get this girl a drink or let her hit the split or something because she was tripping. Okay. Anywho, so when we come back to the reunion, Carlos asked her and Chris, how is everything now with the kids? She was saying it's a lot better. You know, Chris Jr. actually be calling in on her and checking in. And then he also asked her, you know, why were you at first when we were trying to get you on the show? You ain't really want to do it. And she was like, well, you can see why, you know, because we have a lot going on with our kids and stuff like that. But anywho, they said the relationship with their kids and stuff is a lot better. Then they go into the conversation of why didn't Tisha and Marcel invite them to the Black Expo? Okay. So Tisha said that at the girl's birthday party, she talked to Chris and she was supposed to be inviting Chris, but it just slipped her mind because she was just staying focused on the core six. Girl, why Marcel tried to dip off in the tongue? Well, I had seen Chris one time and he was in one of his work trucks and he told me about his work business, but he never mentioned anything about his wife. It was just so weird that he would try to hide that. Like, what? He tried to Marcel, what the hell is you talking about? See, girl, what? Miss Nell's whole issue was be a woman of your word. If you said you're going to do something, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Period. Because Chris also brought up the fact that you're saying that you were so focused on the core six. Stormy and Courtney ain't a part of the core six. But she was like, no, me and Stormy actually talk on the phone. We talk a lot. I was like, y'all talk a lot. Peep that. Anyway. That's when Tisha go into that whole thing about it slipped her mind and all that fool la la child. When I tell you Kimmy is over there sitting down like she had a long ass graduation and her little cousin and already walked across the stage and she is ready to go. Okay, that's how Kimmy's. That's how Kimmy over there sitting there looking like, child, I'm so done with this, child. I could be in my house. Marceau said it was sexist of Chris to mention his businesses but not mention his wife's businesses. And Carlos was like, well, that's, talking about sexism is quite rich coming from you, Marceau. Okay, because, nigga, what? Honey, he's hilarious. So Carlos asked Tisha, it seemed like it caused a little friction when you asked Nell them about past infidelities. What made you ask that? And he go, Tisha, I've been very being on this show for 6 years, I've been very direct about things. Girl, no, you have not. You was asking them about them cheating allegations, honey, because you want to find out some information to help you in your situation. That's what I think. All right, I could be wrong, but that's what I think. All right, but whatever. Carlos ain't digging to it. He let her have it. Then he goes over to Nell and say, well, Nell, how did you know that Chris was cheating on you? I was like, now, wait a goddamn minute. Nell better than me because, baby, I would have said, honey, that was before we even got on this show, baby. I'm sorry. You're going to have to give me a spinoff for that. All right? Oh, baby, but I did like Nell answer. They was like, well, Nell, how did you find out or whatever like that? And Nell was like, somebody told me. They was like, Carlos was like, so the other woman told you? Nell said, no, I don't think another woman would be bold enough to come and tell me nothing like that. But what I did was I didn't let up, honey. I kept digging until I found out the information I was looking for. Back to his ass in the corner so he can go ahead and tell the truth. He tried to deny it. He tried to lie, but I wouldn't accept the BS. And then they look over there at Tisha, and I'm like, you see, take notes. Take no. See, this is why you asked her that question in the first place. Go on, girl, be honest. This is why you asked her. You needed this information here. Now, you need to get your pen and paper. You had all that paper behind your back trying to read your cousin Kiki. You need to pull that same paper out and get you some pencils. And so you can take all these good notes. All these good jewels Miss Nell is dropping on you, honey. Okay, well, we're going to go move on. To wrap up all of that little mess there, honey. So Chris only cheated with one woman. Nell found out the truth. They were separated for 18 months. They got back together. Why did Nell get back with her husband? Because she loved him. And love had you out here doing all type of crazy shit. Okay, that's the best way she can put it. All right. So then Carlos goes into, well, when we first met y'all, we met y'all through Mel and Martel. Is the reason that you guys were so focused on helping them mend their relationship because you had been through what you had been through? And that's when Mel jumps in, and Mel was just like, like Mel was just saying that, you know, they was very helpful toward them. They genuinely cared about Martel and Mel men in their relationship, having all those late night counseling sessions all the way to 2 o'clock in the morning. Nell says that Martel reminded her of Chris, very arrogant and, you know, all of that type of energy. She said that Chris used to be like that, and she told Martel, your arrogance is going to destroy your family. He ain't believe it, y'all, but look at it now. But anyway, we're gonna keep moving. The next segment, we go into the Houston trip. So we got to do the flashback with doggone Tisha Thomas. She took a pregnancy test knowing that damn Marceau got a vasectomy. Then we got to go into Martel done snuck somebody in the house. Then Martel mad because everybody telling him about what he did wrong in the marriage, but don't nobody ask Mel, did she ever cheat? Then Kiki pops up on the trip and they're like, Kiki, you ain't think this was going to mess up Tisha and Marceau good time? She said, child, I ain't think about them. Okay, so... we had to go through the whole little rundown. Now we back at the reunion. All right, now. First, Carlos start off by saying, Fletchers, thank you for the Houston trip. We appreciate it. All right, So Carlos asked Martel. He was like, you know, the biggest question we got about the Houston trip was, who is that you snuck in that room? Martel tells him, oh, you know, just somebody to come give me a massage. So Carlos like, okay, was this like a little app where you can get somebody to come after midnight to come give you a massage? He was like, I don't remember. I said, Martel just be lying. Just to be lying. See, this what we be talking about right here, Martel. This why don't nobody believe you. See how you just sit up here lying for nothing, for absolutely nothing. Just lying. It don't make no sense. Then Mel jumps in, Thomason, well, we didn't see her massage table come in, and he like, you know, I ain't care about that. It was my bed. And Mel like, a licensed massage therapist person would have brought their table in, whatever. They move on from that. So then we're gonna ask Maurice, did you see the young lady? Did you know who it was? Maurice like, nah, he didn't know who she was or nothing like that or whatever. So then Carlos asked the ladies, did y'all feel like that was disrespectful by him to bring somebody there? First person to respond is Nell. Nell was like, absolutely, I feel like it was disrespectful. And then he go Marcel tells him, I feel like it was disrespectful too. And Kimmy is me. Talking about Kimmy, how you felt about Kimmy? Said, I didn't care. I didn't care. These two ain't together. They've elected to move on from each other. I don't care. Okay, I'm with you, Kimmy. We do not care, okay? They getting Martel just caught up in all his lies. Because why is he lying about who this woman is that came to the house? Like, baby, come on. I don't really understand why everybody feels so not everybody, but why Nell feels so disrespected about him bringing somebody. Like, I feel like the only disrespect in it is the safety. Because who is this chick? You know what I'm saying? We don't know if this could be a setup for us to get robbed. There's a lot of that going on out here. That's the only thing that would have made me feel some type of way. Like, bro, you need to let somebody know that it's a stranger in the village, okay? Because I need to have my ears perked up just in case little mama out here running through purses, okay? But outside of that, him just having company, child, who gives a damn? Nobody care. Anyway, moving on. Now, child, we move over to the fact that Martel be getting mad at Nell for defending Mel. Child, say that 3 times in a row. I'm going to say it again just in case you missed it. Martel gets mad at Miss Nell for defending Mel. Okay? Did y'all catch this? We going through this whole thing again with Martel. Want to talk about how Mel cheated on him while they was married. We don't give a damn. I really don't care, y'all. I really deep down in my soul, in my heart of hearts, I don't give a damn. Okay? It's over. They are no longer together. Truth of the matter is this. Martel always still catches an attitude whenever all of this is brought up for 2 reasons. Number one, the man want to move on. And I can be honest, I can understand that. At some point, leave me the hell alone about that. I know I messed up. I'm ready to let it go. Second thing is, Martel still hasn't held himself accountable for that situation. Accountability still out here kicking his ass. Okay, so when you bring up the situation, accountability stares this nigga down from across the room, and he been running from it, okay? He been running from it. He like, quit bringing up this accountability. I'm sick of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's sick of it, okay? But I'm sick of it as well, because I'm just like, Mel is happy, doing good, flourishing. Martel is doing whatever the hell he's doing, you know what I'm saying? So, can we move on? So, Martel looks over at Mel and he was like, are you going to admit that you cheated on me? Are you going to admit you cheated on me? About 6-7 years we were married and you cheated. And Mel was like, I have never met somebody so concerned about a vagina that is no longer theirs, honey. And he just like, well, are you going to admit it? She was like, where's your proof? You know what I'm saying? Child, all of this is, this is ridiculous. So, honey, just get on my damn nerves. Child, I wish Mel would be petty as I am. Just like, okay, Martel, okay. I jumped on the D and did a full split. Okay. You know? Shout out to Rodney the voice. Whatever, child. We're going to go ahead. Martel said, don't be calling him no liar, child. After he just got done lying in the last segment. You can't make this shit up. Okay, whatever. Anyway, Carlos was like, Martel, you had all that passion during the Houston trip, and how you was talking to Nell and Chris Fletcher. A lot of the viewers didn't like the way that you were allowing Martel to talk to your wife. Chris Fletcher responds and says that he really just look at the situation when Nell and Martel be going back and forth like it's a brother-sister type situation. That's when Melody jumps in, and Mel is like, at the end of the day, you just don't talk to your friends' spouses like that. It ain't something that you try to do. It's something that you just don't do. They are elders. They have been very loyal and very kind to us. There's no reason to be disrespectful like that. And she said she had the same conversation with Chris Fletcher. You know what I'm saying? So then they finally get Martel to go ahead and apologize to Miss Nell, for walking up on her, because Miss Nell called him out. Miss Nell was like, and you walked up on me. He was like, well, I'm sorry for walking up on you, Nell. Child, I keep telling y'all, Martel is unstable. Hear me now. Hear me. That man is unstable. Okay. Well, all right. Allegedly. We're going to go ahead and move on. Martel tells Miss Nell that she was in his business. Because Nell was like, oh, well, Nell minds her business. He was like, you wasn't minding your business telling me that I done cheated on Mel and all of this stuff like that. And Nell say, you invited me in your business. Martel say, not that day. I said, oh, Lord, Martel, just shut up. Okay, honey. Then we move over to the fact that doggone Kiki came as a surprise guest to the Houston trip, and how Tisha was instantly uncomfortable. Okay. So Tisha responds and just was like, the fact that Kiki was even invited, she was like, I had already made it clear to everybody, I do not want to be around her. So I just feel like if y'all was still going to invite her, you could have let me know. All right, makes sense. Now, Carlos asked Kiki, now knowing that you had just doused your cousin with a cup of water, what made you want to come to this Houston trip anyway? I was like, Carlos, I got the answer. She want to be on TV. But anyway, we're going to go move. Kiki says she just wanted to mend everything, and admit that she did do wrong by throwing a drink in her cousin's face. And she also just wanted to have a good time. And I'm going to throw in that she also just wanted to be on TV. All right, now we're going to keep going. Carlos asked, do Tisha and Kiki feel like this relationship is done? And Tisha said, yeah. She said she feel like the relationship is done. She just talked to Kiki daddy the other day, and he like, oh, y'all need to talk. Y'all need to fix this. Y'all first cousins and all of that. All the stuff that your family say. But Tisha said this ain't on her. She was like, I ain't trying to fix nothing else. I'm done. I'm tired. And I can't be mad at the woman for that. I almost felt a little bad for Tisha. Hear the little choke up in the voice. But she was like, I'm done. I could hear it. I was like, okay, girl. So Carlos asked Kiki, he was like, a lot of people feel like that you used your relationship with Tisha to really get up on this show. And Kiki was like, that was always the plan for me to get on the show, that Tisha was supposed to be introducing me to the show or whatever like that. But then somewhere along the line, she changed. That's when Tisha jumps in, and Tisha was like, well, I didn't change. She changed. And she was like, she got a lot of stuff going on in her life that if it's exposed, it can destroy her family. And, I just put myself in her shoes. And I'm like, if I had all this going on, I wouldn't want to be on no TV show. She was like, shoot, if she want to, Kiki, she still want to put it out there, that's on her. Kiki said that the two things that could have got exposed about her that could possibly have messed up something have already been exposed. The drug use on prescription drugs and the infidelity in her marriage. She was like, those were the two things. So what else are they talking about? Here go Martel. Well, Marcel say they got one more thing. It's one more thing. She was like, well, what is it? What is it? This was very interesting. When Kiki said, go ahead and tell the third thing, now Marcel and Tisha want to sit over there talking some, Marcel has never introduced any new information about anybody to the show. And here go Tisha, it's their story to tell that they want to tell. Girl, you just told us about all the infidelity. You told us all of that. Like, so what's wrong with telling this third thing if it exists? I mean, what the hell is going on? Now, don't open the door and then stop us at the door. No, let us in. All right, go on, tell us what's going on. Either way, when Carlos asked Kiki, do she want to work on a relationship with her and Tisha, she said yes, of course she does. But Tisha, like, ain't no way in the world you're going to tell me you want to work it out, but then turn around and stab me in my back. You can't have it both ways, girl. Get the hell out of my face with that, okay? But whatever, child. Then Kiki tells her, well, she knows when I'm angry and I'm hurt, it's really hard for me not to go low. Okay, well, baby, you need to fix that before we can work on this. Okay, but whatever, we're going to go and move on. Then we also find out that Kiki's daughter and Tisha's daughter are best friends. And Carlos was just like, please don't let y'all relationship interrupt those girls' relationship. And then Marceau throws out there that, we try to make it where, she can come over and visit us. And then Kiki is saying like, no. And then Tisha was like, yeah, she tried to block my daughter's number out of her daughter's phone. And that's when Kiki lost. Kiki was like, I've never done that. Like, what are you talking about? I've never done it. And I'm like, at this point, now I ain't gonna front. So far in the reunion, I have been kind of leaning toward Marceau and Tisha with the different things that they were saying. Even though I told you I don't know if any of this shit they saying is true because I don't know these people. But I have been leaning toward what they were saying a little bit more than what I was leaning toward with Kiki. But at this point, I'm just looking at this. I'm like, nah. I think they kind of antagonizing this woman because they just keep throwing out random stuff. It's like, what? Now that we move to the next little segment, now we finna talk about Tisha taking this pregnancy test, knowing damn well her husband got a vasectomy. Okay. So Tisha says the reason why she took the test is because she's been pregnant before and she was having a lot of the same symptoms. So she was like, she was just going to take a pregnancy test. So then Carlos asked Marceau, well, Marceau, was the first thing on your mind was that she could have possibly stepped out on you? Marceau said that was the only thing on my mind. And then Carlos said, well, do you think Tisha would cheat on you? He was like, yes. Does she have a vagina and a mouth? Yes. You know what I'm saying? And then Carlos was like, no, we're speaking to the character of the person. And he was like, 100% yes. Absolutely yes. And I'm like, girl, Tisha, you need to pay attention, honey. Listen, people love to deflect, baby. He telling you something without telling you something. But again, I don't know these people, so we're going to go and move on. Child, so Carlos say, that's really weird that you would say that, Marceau, because, she has stuck by your side through all of these cheating allegations. She will not believe that you cheated on her unless God comes down and tell her to her face. I said, Carlos. She was like, no, not unless I get some evidence. Okay. Melody is hilarious because what Tisha is like, I've been 10 toes down this whole time while people calling me names. Here go Mel over there. That's right. Tisha says, we ain't got trust. I mean, what we got, Mel? That's right. I said, Mel. So make me so sick with his analogy. Child gonna tell me something. Well, if a lady called me and said she was pregnant, and I told her, I was like, hey T, this lady said she was pregnant by me, so I took a blood test and it's not mine. Tisha was like, I be gone. He was like, exactly. Why would you take a test if you know there's no way that you could be pregnant? Sir, that's two different things, sir. That's two different things. I don't feel like getting into the biology of it all because I feel like you're grown enough to know. See, Marceau is one of them people that like to play stupid. He is stupid, but then he also like to play even more stupid than what he is. Whatever, we're going to go and move on. If you know what I'm saying, you know what the hell I'm saying. I don't feel like explaining it. Let's go. Has anybody else been peeping all throughout this season, these little flirting things that Martel been saying to Tisha, honey? Because they was like, so Tisha, you not pregnant or whatever? Tisha was like, no, thank God. Guess I just been eating well. Child, Martel over there talking about some, you wed well. I said, Martel, what the... This is hilarious, honey. So we go on commercial break, but not really, baby. We get to see what's going on during the commercial break. Baby, Kiki look over there at doggone Marceau. She said, you one lying bitch. I said, ooh. Kiki say, what's all this street walking you was talking about? You know that shit ain't happened. Marceau, you picked me up 2 times. I said, Kiki done got fed up with their ass sitting on this stage just throwing out whatever the hell they want to say about her. Kiki say, damn that. Child, Tisha Thomas, I bet you won't cross this line right here. I bet you won't cross this line right here. I said, girl, this is foolishness. Child, so we go ahead and wrap up this whole reunion with Carlos just thanking everybody, saying that this was his favorite Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. Mine's as well. So he thanks everybody for making such a great show and all that good stuff, all the participation. We also found out that Courtney and Chris Fletcher are not cousins or whatever like that. But yeah, anyway, you guys, I really enjoyed the full reunion, part 1, 2, and 3. Y'all make sure y'all get in the comments and tell me how you felt about the reunion. Any comments, anything that I missed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I will be reviewing Love and Marriage DC. I'm also looking for another show for me to start reviewing, and I'm looking into starting like a little chat with you guys with the different things that go on the blogs during the week. So I'm trying to get all of this stuff figured out. So if you guys have any suggestions, please make sure you put it in the comments. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Terry Flower Show. Hope everybody have a good day. Peace.